Yes, preview of top Premier League games are El Coso and Yegusu Adema or true football fans we and you best subscribe to the channel. We be a member of this family. We be also share and videos. We be comment. We be like it. Now you grow this channel together. Now there's a big game coming up. I know a year for Liverpool on a Saturday on Anfield. And Saturday in May, right? Yeah, we'll confirm the time now, which is 8 p.m. Ghana time. Liverpool are almost last 4 Premier League games and I'm up against Aston Villa. I mean, a well-spirited Aston Villa side last weekend almost share Manchester City at Villa Park. Liverpool, I mean, all the Carabao Cup defeat in the count, there's 5 defeats in a row. And no man could you cry, but I mean, this is Liverpool and more the ability to turn up on big days like this. But I mean, we expectation Saturday fixture money Aston Villa ball Anfield.
So my expectation is they see last season Anfield between Villa and Liverpool. Liverpool share Villa by 2-0. No. And yet likely say the same thing ABC, and I also expect how difficult are you for Liverpool in the last few games in the Premier League, it will continue. Because if you check the Liverpool squad, any news around the team and all of that, on top of the fact they are also losing some key players. There are reports about injury concerns and all of that. And don't forget, winning is always very important. Because Liverpool is not winning, the entire team, the spirit is down. Of course, the platform is big. It's an established team in England, right? And on any day, they can bounce back. But the energy, the morale around Team Nisisiano is not the best. But so the Kototo, Unai Emery side, clearly you can see a different story. They are winning, at least in the last game against Manchester City. They won by a goal to nil, even though it was at home. But Liverpool story, it is all about defeat. I think in the last best 7 games in all competitions, probably the only win on Mania was in the Champions League the last time. Frankfurt. Apart from that, all the game, even against Galatasaray in the Champions League, Liverpool lost. In the Premier League, they've lost against Chelsea, United, Crystal Palace, and Crystal Palace again in the League Cup game and all of that, and also to Brentford, right? And the energy, the spirit, everything at Liverpool, were down. Seutie and a slot, and then come ahead of the game. Now, can manager I say, you confident ahead of the next game? Because it looks like on one case he doesn't understand what is happening. Because say utie nenkomo carefully, you don't see a manager say or what is happening or try to resolve it. So as I say, but some of us from afar, we've cited 1 or 2 things why say it's not helping, right? The fact that Opeso has some changes even in the midfield, sometimes Mboma Calista. But it's not because McAllister is not fit, right? In some cases, Alistair is fit, but he prefers to play other players any idea. So for me, it's a tough period for Liverpool. And yet one of those games, even though Liverpool at home, to me, I predicted with Akukudru say Liverpool is winning. Of course, for every Liverpool fan, every Liverpool supporter, anybody or a part of the Liverpool family, say no man at home, it doesn't matter the opponent. What Obehe say, ABC say, you win na attending the situation around. When it comes to the men, they may have the men, right? And that is how it is. But I think the factors as we speak, as it stands now, compared to last season now, I think they had a double even against Villa near the home and away, and yet the same as this time round. I see another tough and difficult weekend for Liverpool.
Then I also say, as a matter of urgency, I also some Liverpool team for results to start coming.
I think that there was manager no resorted to last season what he was doing. Last season, no, what happened was that one dance is about the squad. It was the usual club way of playing any idea and ukute musa. Again, I think he needs to sit with a player like Mo Salah and Van Dijk and all the senior members of the squad. He needs to sit with them because in recent time, no, Liverpool best moments, no, Van Dijk, Salah, in particular, and they know how they did it. So he needs to sit with them, think with them, plan with them, the senior guys, and appeal to their conscience, especially Salah. It looks like Salah form new form, but not just the form. So in a field, no swa, you don't see him fighting, you don't see him pushing. Maybe in such or two more, like we always say, but the point is that you don't see that energy from Salah. So he's pushing. You remember those days, Salah, Firmino, Mane on the field, front three. Salah on the field. There were times he would meet track back, cry defender, but this time he's only on the field. He doesn't score as always. He doesn't dribble as always, and he doesn't even come back. Say Liverpool under attacker, he doesn't come back. And guess what? Baby Salah will pretty fino right wing, you know. Say all the bench the right side of the Liverpool defense. A whole see one area many problems this season because Trent Echo, you know, I'm try some replace, you know. Wait, Jeremy Frimpong, it hasn't worked. It do baby also coach ni movie a midfielder and then a ball in Soboslai near there. So these are times are we expect to say Kasala move track back across, especially when you have problems or right side of the defense. But he doesn't do that. So the ball ne Olusia just like that. Now Wajina, then Liverpool is under attack. And anytime be a Liverpool here under attack or that side of the field, no, they look very vulnerable. Coupled with the fact say Konate in the form ninye Van Dijk and so form in age and Sansu nini side. So I think that these are the things I was a manager or juma, right? Now young guys be to say in Gomo Hamu the confidence to play. He needs to do that. And no, it was like he was complaining. It's as if say the first level in the field no swa from the bench on sheda ni enough quality on betinya be change games near there. But even this season in Gomoha, we saw one game he came on from the bench and got the winner for Liverpool
against Newcastle.
Absolutely. So seriously, he needs to work hard. I think so far no on nyanye duma yem feeling say he's a man of his own. He's on top of the job and that he can handle the Liverpool space to that level now Liverpool. No?
Okay. Finally, who is Liverpool between Aston Villa ball?
Body on between you mabo, but as to say on between ya bo enya de omope. And no na mean sure.
And any question?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so Liverpool fans are expecting not just a win.
Sorry, I mean Premier League champions once a year kind.
Yes,
Aston Villa there, but I'm not sure. Think I'll say you game too difficult for Liverpool. But here we are. We are not even too sure if Liverpool can even get a draw.
Yeah. So that's the point.
Yeah. So I mean, in reality, who Liverpool getting anything from this game?
Oh, one say Medical say some Liverpool players now. Most of them they've seen some great things in the game. And they are players with experience. So what you say, if you are home pass and your club side in go back to the national team, like McAllister is a World Cup winner. So what you say, they have the men on any day can so move back to the party. They can beat any team. So what you say, Liverpool, United, Arsenal, Chelsea, City on any day. With the current Liverpool setup, if they come to the party, they can beat any team. So,
of course, they've beaten Arsenal this season.
Yes. So as I say, but the point is that you can't be too sure whether they will come to the party because in the last few games, 4 games or so in the Premier League, they've not come to the party. And it is up to the manager to bring them to the party. And if he can do that, if he's able to do that, going for Liverpool, especially here with Anfield, or more the numbers behind them, the supporters behind them, no, they can do it. They can play.
Okay, so quick one prediction on that game. Liverpool Villa.
Let's say a win or draw for Liverpool.
Aston Villa and me match.
And also possible. So I'm giving Liverpool two options.
And I draw. Ubi a bit me say.
Yes, a bit me either side. Who's over last season 2 teams na encounters now. A be anywhere draw here. So Liverpool and a double, right? And any of them, especially a slim win, possible for Liverpool. But we are only not confident because of what has happened in the last 4 games or so in Premier League. But but I still don't see Liverpool losing tomorrow.
Okay. I mean, just a flash on Arsenal Burnley. Arsenal quite away to Burnley. Yeah, game I'm feeling a bit difficult for Arsenal to carry all 3 points. The Arsenal team are ball, so the ball is 2 minutes to crown. A problem, and they try as much as possible. So even on the day I go, Shebe Omodin, Kwamode 1-0 the point. And against a Burnley side, I mean, I'm also when you have some topsy-turvy performances, but China and Nebini are there. Me just say, I'm with my turn in the flesh of Arsenal. Yami had my Saturday.
On the face of gameplay, they can be because they've done it to some big teams. You remember against Manchester United, it took a last-minute goal for United to win by 3-2 or so. And the Burnley side, no. Yes, they are not an extraordinary side, but they are not that bad. They can play the game. And say Arsenal go into the game with the right attitude that they can be surprised. So what I say. And one say that is how the game is. Even this season here, a lot of them on games you're doing say, oh, it's an easy game for some teams. No, story in assistant. I remember last weekend in the Italian Serie A, Milan were on form when they were going to play against Pisa. Now Milan at Pisa about 2-2, right? So such teams are there. Who about them? They are unpredictable, right? And they can come up at any point in time to give you a shocking performance. But I think say Adi bit me Arsenal, say Arsenal be and Darity Burnley and think that they are not really a good side. We can easily walk over them. When it happens that way, and we are a bit me the problem but far Bibia Tunchain. I think that based on your Arsenal actually so far in the season, if there is any game I expect it's a very so tough for Arsenal and against Burnley, right? That one day, me just sure say anybody would expect that. At this you are seeing beyond physical, or until that point where football every one of those surprising moments ni be you know. I think you can easily predict that game for Arsenal.
All right, so I know to see her. Yes, we like this video, we comment, we share link, so I'm for. I mean, WhatsApp group, any other Facebook group, I will now between the link now to me. That's a pa because in me say obey. Cause I share videos, cause I like videos. Subscribe to channel way. Now part of this community. I mean, there's something huge coming up. Plenty. Yes, obey part. Send away our home message. That's for being part already. It was here.